83 pounds, out of Berlin, Germany. Starting five for UCF. For Nebraska, a little bit of a change. Andrew Morgan gets the nod instead of Berke Buchtengel at the 5. You've got Jacobson, Williams, Gary, and Hoiberg surrounding him. And our officials are Tyler Kumpf, DJ Christensen, and Brian O'Donnell. You ready for this?
I like what you did there.
Aren't you going to give us the Schick and Nick? What's the audio clip? Pretty good at
You're pretty good at talking about refs, aren't you?
I am pretty good at talking about refs.
Well, I am pumped. And you know what's been funny about this tournament? The refs have actually been pretty good.
Yeah, you've been
in this tournament.
You've been kind of silent about that.
Well, and the arenas that we
know a little bit something about refereeing, don't you?
But we've been up high on the concourse at both arenas. We were at the MGM Grand Garden Arena to start. Now we're at T-Mobile Arena, where the Golden Knights play here in Las Vegas. But we're not courtside, so maybe that's why I'm not complaining about the refs as much as I normally do, because we can't really see as well as we can at home or at certain venues across the Big Ten. But I just have to say this. Husker Nation, you guys are the absolute best. Just look at the crowd out here. I mean, it's Husker fans outnumbering any UCF fans or other fans for that matter, 5, 6, 7 to 1.
Absolutely.
And it's pretty cool. And I know that some people have flown out here, left early on the early flight out of Omaha, and they're flying back on the late flight here to come watch this game. So it's just fun. I love the support. It's just cool. And I think we had Robin Washut on earlier, and I think he hit the nail on the head where this can help Nebraska get some momentum going into next season. It helps with publicity. It helps with PR. We're on national Fox today with Gus Johnson doing the TV, with Kent Pavelka doing the radio, and it'll help Nebraska get more eyeballs on our brand. And if we're trying to talk to a guy in the portal or a high school kid, it may change their decision to come here. And I think that's an opportunity that we have at stake here today and win our first postseason championship in nearly 30 years.
For those who are of contrary opinion, you can stuff it, because I'm here to tell you emphatically it's the truth. This is a big-time moment, a big-time game on a big-time stage for Nebraska.
It is. I completely agree, and I know our guys are excited to be here. I think what else this does, too, use a guy like Cale Jacobson. The way he's played here in Las Vegas shows that he can play at this level and will deserve and earn more minutes for next season. I know we're going to get some guys coming in as well, but he's going to be a guy that sees the floor, much how Sam Hoiberg earned his minutes. And I know we're going to lose some key players in Juwan Gary and Bryce Williams. I guarantee you, those two guys, Andrew Morgan, Braxton Mia, Aaron Eulis, those guys want to finish this season with the win, with the championship here at the College Basketball Crown.
This will be the last time that we will have the privilege to broadcast a game with those guys wearing number 4 and number 3, respectively, Juwan Gary and Bryce Williams. It's an honor. They're great ambassadors for Nebraska and Nebraska basketball. It's been a beyond joyful ride to have been with these guys through their career here. And in these days, the reality is it's not going to be 4 years very often for very many guys. 3 years for Juwan, 2 just for Bryce. And Bryce today, Bryce Williams today, 692 points. He needs 16 points to tie James Palmer, 17 points to hold the single-season scoring record in Nebraska basketball. History will be counting it down. Here we go.
Morgan's going to jump against 7'2", Mustafa Chem.
Guess Chim's going to win the tap.
Yes, he did. That was an unfair advantage for him.
He does.
He is a long string bean.
UCF with the white unis with the first possession of the basketball game against the Husker man-to-man. Jacobson is covering Debo Coleman. Here's the point guard. That's Johnson. Fires over Williams. Missed it too long. Rebound by Jacobson. Pushes across the timeline. One and done. USC on their first possession. Nebraska has the ball. I want to call them Central Florida. UCF, Central Florida. They don't want to be called Central Florida. Here is Gary with the ball, top of the circle to Morgan, right side now to Jacobson, holding the ball on his left hip. Looks right, bounce pass, coming from the weak side, taking it in the right corner is Gary, backs his way in, puts it up, shot blocked, help defense, and that was big old Mustafa Chum.
He had 85 blocks on the season, did Chim. He is 7'2" and extremely long. And Juwan Gary spins right back into the face of him, and he swats it out of bounds.
5 seconds left on the shot clock. Nebraska to inbound. Chom had 2 blocks yesterday against Villanova. They get it into Gary. He's got Chom behind him. Step back, shot on the way, and it's up, and it is no good. It hit the rim a couple of times. Defensive rebound by Central Florida. They've got it for the second time. Chom on the left baseline, out on the left sideline now, out in the midcourt. Comes off to the point guard, Darius Johnson again, as UCF handles it in the half court. Long three, and that's Chom with his 23rd three of the year. 7'2" player with range. 3-0 UCF, Nebraska ball. Morgan's got it between the circles, looking right, coming to it, Jacobson on the hash mark right side. In front of the UCF bench, Morgan now hands it off to Williams, bounces around to the elbow, returns it left side now to Hoiberg and to Jacobson, driving the ball, took a bump, he's in the paint. He throws it out to Morgan. Out it comes to Williams now. 3 on the clock. Jacobson hands it off to Gary. 3 ball. Got it! Bang! Orang! Juwan Gary, who's averaged 21 points a game the last 6 games, scores the first points of the game for the Big Red.
The first CVA 3 of the game, and it was at the end of the shot clock. Great extra pass, and Juwan nails it from the right wing.
Yeah, Jacobson on the assist, and that is the 42nd 3 of the year. Tie game. Here's a floater. Baseline left. No good. Rebound Jacobson off that miss by Mahowski. Nebraska with the ball. Tie game at 3. Here is Hoiberg to Jacobson. 1 dribble. Bounces it off now to Gary, who just scored Nebraska's first bucket on a 3 ball. Hoiberg now with a red headband off left side off the brush screen from Morgan. Return pass on the pick and pop. Morgan at the foul line, shoots it from 17. Got it. And the Huskers have their first lead 5-3.
And he can knock that down, but right now, Chen, their 7'2" shot blocker just sitting in the middle of the paint. Andrew Morgan has to hit that shot to pull him out of the paint.
Absolutely. Drop defense by Chom. He's not going to pressure anybody out by the foul line. Here is Mahowski with the ball. A little swing pass, left corner, right corner. 3 ball, no good by the point guard Johnson. Nebraska's rebound. Ahead 5-3.
Dodged the bullet there. Johnson was wide open in the right corner. He just flat out missed it.
Here's Williams yet to score the game by the ball. He gives it off to Morgan. Back to Williams on the elbow. Back to Morgan. Morgan 1 bounce. Gives it off to Hoiberg behind the screen. The shot is on the way, and it's, no good. I don't know if he hit the rim or not. I don't think so.
I don't think he did. That's you don't see Sam do that very often. I thought he got his feet set on the step back, but he shot it a little firm and airballed it out of bounds.
Huskers up by a bucket, 5-3. We're in the opening 3 minutes. UCF with the basketball. At stake, $300,000 for the winner. Runner-up gets $100,000. More importantly, in many people's eyes, the championship more valuable than the money. UCF with the basketball. I know those seniors want both. Chom, 3 ball, no good. Way bad, a miss. Hit the backboard, no rim. And here comes Jacobson pushing the other way. Jacobson, right side over the head pass to Williams. Back to Jacobson. Drives right to the elbow. Gives it off to Hoiberg. Head of the key to Morgan. Good ball movement here. When Williams is bumped hard, it's deflected into the backcourt. Why was there not a foul? Here's Williams with the ball, and he runs right into the defender, Johnson, and draws the foul now.
There's the foul. He got just the dribble, a handoff got blown up with the physicality of Darius Johnson. No whistle. And Bryce tries to get a full steam ahead, and finally the first call of the game goes against UCF star player Darius Johnson.
Hoiberg into Williams, pump fake, down inside. It's Morgan, puts it up with the left hand, did not score it. Rebound off the miss, belongs to the big guy, Chom. Here is UCF with a basketball. Mahowski's got it high, left side on the hash mark against Jacobson. Drives him, puts it up, and scores it to tie it. So he got taken. Mahowski with his first 2. He didn't score yesterday. Had 8 rebounds against Villanova. We're tied at 5. Here's Morgan driving right lane line. Out to Jacobson. Left-handed dribble over to Hoiberg in the corner. Williams' first shot. Nothing but net for Bryce-O. Bryce Williams breaks the ties 8-5.
And Bryce does a perfect pass, swing the basketball all the way around the horn, and Bryce drills one from the left corner.
700 points now. I beg your pardon, that's incorrect. Here's a missed shot, and here's Cale Jacobson the other way. Now he is stripped by Mahowski, who ends it off to Johnson, shoots the 3, missed it, missed everything, and it's out of bounds off UCF Nebraska's ball. Interesting exchange there.
It really was, where we get the steal. Cale Jacobson gets the steal on great rotation on the backside, and no one talks to him that Darius Johnson or Mahowski was behind him to pick his pocket, but then Darius, who's 0 for 3 in this game already, all from downtown for UCF. Hey, Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Nebraska 8, UCF 5, 15-17 to go in the first half. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Being game day ready means bringing the die-hard passion. All in, all the time. And now, you can show your Husker pride everywhere you go. With the Husker Visa Debit Card. Free with FNBO free checking. Gear up, game on, and give it up for the Big Red. Every time you pay. The Husker Visa Debit Card. Only at FNBO, the Bank of Husker Nation. Bring it. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
At Central Valley Ag, there's always room at the table. And now there's a special offer just for you. For a limited time, when you commit bushels to CVA's averaging program by April 11th, you'll be entered to win a grain moisture tester, a $1,000 value. Maximize your harvest and make every bushel count. Contact your local CVA grain specialist or visit cvacoop.com to learn more. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Story of this game in the early minutes is ball movement. Excellent ball movement by Nebraska. Ahead by 3 early minutes here. We've not played 5 minutes. 15-17 to go here in Vegas at the T-Mobile Center, 8-5, and I can't believe what we just learned here. The tickets for this thing, is that every ticket or the best seat?
I have no idea.
$223.
That's what it says on the ticket. And these are the ones that we have for our university block, but I don't know.
$223.
Yeah. It's the Crown Basketball Championship, my man.
Well, maybe all those people, all these years who've been telling us that, our pay ought to be that we get to go to the games. Maybe they're right.
Maybe. How about the lounge they have behind one of the baskets here? There's probably 150 people in this bar lounge area. Tons of food, tons of beverages.
Libations.
This is pretty funny.
Dylan Raiola is here. So is University President Jeffrey Gold, Athletic Director Troy Dannon.
Yeah, Dylan Raiola is sitting in the couch over there in the lounge.
What kind of a celebrity? What would it be like to be 19 years old and have that money, have that celebrity?
Well, how about your celebrity status as a young gentleman in Omaha, Nebraska, Ken Pavelka? You are the man. Think about how many people have come up to you and talked to you and take pictures with you today.
Yeah. I want to compare bank accounts. and I'd like a haircut like that, but I don't have hair to do it with.
You couldn't pull that off, my man.
Well, anyway, good start by the Huskers.
Yeah, good start. And what I liked about it is our defense, where really challenging the shots of Darius Johnson. He's 0 for 3 and just missed an airballed one. But you mentioned the ball movement. The ball movement on our offensive end has been really good. 3 made field goals for Nebraska. 3 assists for Nebraska, so the passing has been there. And I like what I'm seeing so far in this game. Nebraska up 8-5 with just over 15 to play in the first half.
What was it, 12 threes yesterday?
12 threes. 3
already in this game. Jacobson brings the ball up the floor. The Huskers had by a 3-point bucket, 8-5. 2 threes in the game, one by Williams, one by Gary. Here's Williams with the ball in the left midcourt. Bounce pass deeper in on the wing to Jacobson. High post is Morgan. Back to Jacobson, dancing around with it, drives it in. Draws a double out to Gary. The ball knocked free, got it back. Fade away in the paint, got it. And it's a 10-5 lead. He scored it over the big man, Mustafa Cham.
That's a tough shot, too. A little fadeaway right in the middle of the paint. And Gary able to shoot it over the outstretched arm of Cham.
UCF with a basketball. Nebraska 10-5 in the opening 5 minutes. The drive on the left side of the floor, and the made field goal hanging in the air was Ivy Curry. Jordan Ivy Curry, who had 18 and 7 against Villanova in 30 minutes yesterday.
That's a tough shot. It was good defense by Nebraska. He went right through Juwan Gary and banked it home.
Williams on the right side of the floor. Throws it out to a cutting Hoiberg. Top of the circle to Morgan. Left side now to Gary. Has a screen by Morgan. Dancing around at the foul line. Kicks it out left side. Jacobson drives the ball. Floater on the way. Got the roll. Nope. Offensive rebound, though, by Morgan. Not slapped out of his hands, and it belongs to UCF.
How was there not a foul there? There was 3 UCF defenders just swiping at Andrew Morgan after he got the offensive rebound. So it's either off of them or a foul, but instead it's UCF's ball.
There's my boy Jake all over the officials. I wonder where you've been.
I've been waiting here in Vegas for 10 days to get mad at the officials.
Where have you been? Here's John Johnson driving left lane line on Hoiberg. No shot for him. Whip pass, right corner. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound off the misses Nebraska's. Good box out by Morgan, and Hoiberg got to it, and Williams brings the ball across the timeline. Williams dancing around to the right side on the elbow, throws it out to Morgan. Morgan won't shoot that 3. Gives it to Williams, coming to it. He shoots it off the screen. It's no good, and the rebound by Chom. Or actually, the rebound taken down by Hendricks. And here comes UCF with the basketball. Johnson barreling toward the rim, scores it. Took it right at Jacobson.
That was Ivy Curry, and it looked like a travel. But Ivy Curry scores back-to-back baskets for UCF. Nebraska up 10-9.
It was a 5-point lead, now a 1-point lead, 10-9. Morgan, left side, Jacobson posing with it, coming from the weak side off a screen, Williams, and a moving screen called on Morgan.
DJ.
Boy, there's a really late whistle there, DJ.
It really is. That's the first foul against Nebraska, and we're 7 minutes in. But, I mean, if you have watched all of these games here in Las Vegas, that action happens every single time when you're setting a screen. I mean, he took a step, but
well, they've liberalized that call this year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the holding call in football. It can be called every time if you really want to.
All right, so UCF with the ball after the turnover by Nebraska. 4-0 run, 1-point lead, 10-9 Nebraska. Long 3 on the way and rimmed out. Not good rebound by Asijan, who came in at the dead ball. That missed by Ivy Curry. Here is Asijan with a long 3, 27-footer, no good. Long rebound run down and a slap in bounce by the save and the layup by Asijan. Great play by Hoiberg to save the day. Save the ball and save the day.
How did he get there? He was in the middle of the paint. The ball ricochets to the right corner. He flies after it, saves it, and a layup for Asijan.
Huskers up 3, 12-9 by Asijan's 2-point field goal. And here's Chom, short arms, a little 12-footer rebound off the miss. Belongs to Mia, who played so well off the bench in limited minutes yesterday. Braxton Mia. So he can measure up against Chom inside, 7-1 against 7-2. And here's Hoiberg with a take and the flip on the right side. Williams got a good look, puts it up. Got it! Splash! Nothing but Netola for Bryce Williams. And Williams has 6 points on 2 threes. And Williams now needs 10 points to tie for the all-time single-season scoring record. James Palmer set it with 708. And Bryce Williams has 6, needs 10 more to tie him, and we've got a timeout on the floor.
And that was the third Central Valley Ag 3 of the afternoon for Nebraska, and a big one by Bryce Williams. Hey, hands on the wheel, head in the game. The driver has one job to drive. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Nebraska up 15-9 over UCF, just under 12 to play. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? Oh, no way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
See shelter agents Jeff Bond or Reed Duvall in Lincoln, or Agent Victoria Watkins in Nebraska City.
At Cox Mobile, we know you're smart. You brush your teeth in the shower to save time, make coffee ice cubes for your cold brew, and wear goggles to cut onions. You also added Cox Mobile. So smart. Now you're running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability and saving on your Cox internet. It's ingenious, just like you.
Oh, thanks.
Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox postpaid internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Other restrictions apply. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
Hey, Husker Nation, Coach Bolt here. I want to personally thank all of you for supporting Husker baseball. Your support here at Haymarket Park means so much, so thank you for coming out. We're also so grateful to everyone who supports Husker baseball through 1890 Nebraska, the official NIL collective of Nebraska athletics. Visit 1890nebraska.com or text NEBNIL to 801-801 today and join us for another great season of Husker baseball. Thanks, and go Big Red.
Championship game, college basketball crown here in Las Vegas. Nebraska leads UCF 15-9. Just under 12 to play in the first half. Bryce Williams has knocked down 2 threes. He has 6 points. Juwan Gary hit the other made three for Nebraska. He has 5. But Nebraska's defense has been really solid thus far in the first 8 minutes. UCF shooting just 33% from the field and 1 for 7 from beyond the arc for 14%.
Well, you can just see, it's palpable how focused this Nebraska basketball team is. I mean, UCF doesn't look half as well focused and as intent in these early minutes in this game.
And the execution has been good. 5 assists already for Nebraska on 6 made field goals. The only non-assisted basket was the fadeaway that Juwan Gary had to shoot end the shot clock. Other than that, ball movement has been really good, and guys have been ready to shoot and knock them down.
Update you with our Nebraska Lottery scoreboard. As we have all season long, your attention, please. Your Nebraska Lottery has given $1 billion back to our state since way back in 1993. Money which has gone to such things as protecting the environment, improving education, and maintaining the state fair as well. All part of helping build a better Nebraska. Your Nebraska Lottery. The scoreboard update is in this one. Nebraska 15, UCF 9 for the Crown Championship in Las Vegas. Monday night, Huskers beating ASU, Arizona State, 86-78, downing Georgetown on Wednesday, 81-69, and sending Boise back to Boise yesterday, 79-69. Winning by 10 in that last one. Oregon State, Cincinnati, and Villanova were UCF's first 3 victims.
What do you think the crowd size is here today? 3,000, 4,000?
If there are that many, I think 3,300 of them are Nebraskans.
Oh, absolutely. It's at least
3,400.
80% are Husker fans, at least, maybe 90.
Here's UCF with the basketball. It's a 15-9, 6-point lead for Nebraska. Point guard is Darius Johnson. Ball in his hands, flips it left side over there to Ivy Curry. He's a scorer as well. He drives the ball, goes to the rim and kicks it out to Johnson, pulls up at the free throw line and misses the shot on the rebound. Cleaned up by Mia.
Mia challenged that shot at the foul line and then turns around and goes and snares the board. Great defensive effort by Mia.
Williams with the ball, pull-up jumper, up and got it again. And now he's got 8 points. And now Bryce needs 8 to tie James Palmer for the all-time single-season scoring record, and finish inside with a jump hook over the left shoulder with the right hand by the big man, Chom.
That was a tough shot by Chom, but Bryce has 3 threes now. He's got 9, and he's had another opportunity right here. Oh, he passed up on it.
Last one was 3, and here's a 2 by Bryce-O. So now he's got 11, and now he needs 5 to tie James Palmer for 708 points in one season. Here is Johnson driving, stopping, and a foul, an offensive foul on Johnson, pushed off.
And Johnson is questioning DJ Carstensen. I mean, that was about as apparent of a foul as you could possibly have. He gives Sam Hoiberg a forearm shiver, and then he looks to the referee like, what did I do? Well, you shoved him.
Nebraska basketball history about to be made, perhaps on several fronts this afternoon. Certainly in the bag will be Bryce Williams breaking James Palmer's single-season scoring record. That's just inevitable. And the other history-making thing would be if Nebraska can win this game. And in the game is Aaron Eulis at point guard, who's played very well in this tournament. He's got the ball. He drives it to the rim. The layup blocked at the rim by Chom. He has something to say to Eulis as they come back the other way. UCF with the ball. With it is Ivy Curry in the paint. Pass intercepted by Williams. Gives it off now to Hoiberg across the timeline. Looking for an early opportunity. Flips it off to Esigian. 3-ball. Got it! Bang! A ring! Connor Esigian gives Nebraska a 23-11 lead. Another Central Valley Ag 3.
5 CVA threes already in this game. A big one by Connor in transition.
I told you this team was focused. Here is Chom with the ball. Driving to the elbow. The pull-up jump shot up and down. Bagging that one. Dior Johnson, his first 2 points.
The defense was a little bit out of place there, out of sorts, and he got a wide-open look from the left elbow.
Here's Asian. Up to Morgan now, who hands it off to Williams behind the screen, puts it up. No good this time, and the rebound taken down by Johnson. Dior Johnson. Huskers lead at 23-13. 9:43 to go in the half. Long three, short-armed. Offensive rebound, though, and a hold out on the floor. And it's on Nebraska. Getting the offensive rebound was Hendricks.
Yeah, Connor Esigian got tangled up with him and just could not get turned around quick enough to get that defensive rebound. But good effort by Connor. Just could not get flipped around. And Bryce got another clean look on that possession. Just left it a little short from three.
2 team fouls apiece. Inbounds play. Shot clock at 18 now for UCF. With the basketball is Ivy Curry in the paint over the left shoulder. He posted up and scored it over the smaller Ulis, and Ivy Curry makes it an 8-point game with his 4th and 5th points.
Ivy Curry has 6 now. He's looking to score every time he touched it. He's not giving up the rock at all.
5th and 6th points, I beg your pardon. Ulis with the ball between the circles, right sideline now. Pump fake Esigian, takes it to the elbow, left side to Ulis, behind him to Esigian. 3 ball up short. And the rebound taken down. Good look by Esigian. Had a clean look. Hendricks got it off the defensive glass in the miss. UCF's basketball. Ivy Curry's got it. Driving against Williams. Kicking. Deep right corner. Pump fake. Pull up Jay. 15-footer. No. Rebound Nebraska. It's Jacobson with it. His folks here from Ashland came by to say hello. His dad, of course, the principal at Ashland. Here's a drive and a finish inside by Ulis, who we said a while ago has had a whale of a tournament. He gets his first 2.
And the space was created by Andrew Morgan, sealing off the bigs for UCF and a clean, clear path for Aaron Ulis.
10-point lead again for Nebraska at 25-15. 8:25 to go in the first half here in Vegas. UCF's with the basketball. With it is Ivy Curry. Pull up Jay over Williams. He scored that one. Nothing but net for him. And he's off to a great start here.
He's got 9 already. 4 for 6 from the floor. And that's a tough shot. Bryce Williams was all over Ivy Curry.
7-point lead now after that 3-ball make. Esigian with a hezzy and the drive and the miss inside, and the rebound taken down by Mahowski. They're in transition, 3-on-2. Mahowski in the paint, puts it up, missed it, put it back up and in. And with that make, all of a sudden a 5-point game.
And now we got him to miss. No one's sprinting back to clean up the defensive board. It was great defense by Kale. You got to get that defensive board.
Believe me, that was a focus point in the film sessions before this game, getting back on D. They will push it. Here's Williams posting up, push it up, got the roll. 2 more for Bryso. He's got 13, and he needs 3 to tie James Palmer for the all-time single-season record.
Bryce saw Mahowski trying to guard him. He goes, give me the ball, get out of the way. I'm going right to the rack, and he finished right over Mahowski.
Bryce Williams, I will tell you right now, is going to be on the all-tournament team, if not the MVP, if Nebraska wins it. I'll tell you, that's fact. Missed shot, UCF, and a foul on the floor, another hold. And we've got a timeout on the floor before UCF will inbound the ball. 7:09 to go in the half. Nebraska leading it by 7, 27-20.
Our broadcast brought to you in part by your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com for all your truck, SUV, and electric vehicle needs. The Under 8 Media Break. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Mike Shepard or Craig Kerr in Lincoln or Agent Jeff Martinez in Omaha today.
Nebraska Lottery.
Hey, I heard Trucks and Bucks is back.
Yes, sir. And this year you could win one of 8 new great trucks. People from around the state just love this game.
They do?
You bet. Just this morning, I got calls from excited players in Burwell, Sutton, Falls City, and Ralston.
Well, you can add Wilbur to the list.
You're from Wilbur?
No, that's my name.
Oh.
Hey, if you get a call from Alma, that's my aunt.
That's her name?
No, that's where she lives.
Trucks and Bucks top prize odds are 1 in 336,000.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nebraska up 27-20 over UCF here in Las Vegas at the College Basketball Crown, the championship game. And Ivy Curry for UCF trying to keep UCF in the game. He's got 9 points off the bench in 8 minutes, and he's a guy that is not bashful. He's just trying to take the rock and go one-on-one against whoever is guarding him. But Nebraska's biggest lead in this game was 12. We were up 23-11. So a 9-4 run by UCF since that juncture at the 7:32 mark. No, excuse me, the 10:22 mark. But I like what Nebraska's doing offensively. We're working the basketball, 7 assists on 11 made field goals. Defensively, we're doing some really good things, but on Ivy Curry, you know he's shooting the basketball. He's not passing it. So you don't have to be afraid to come help. You just can't leave a shooter. He's not looking to pass at all.
And again, a point of emphasis in the prep for this one was number 3, Johnson, number 0, Jordan Ivy Curry, and number 7, Dior Johnson. They are shooting it at any opportunity,
really
all 3
are.
of those guys.
And the thing with this, though, right now, Darius Johnson, he got 2 fouls, so he's been on the bench for the last 3 minutes. And UCF able to make this run with him on the bench. And he had 42 yesterday against Nova. But Nebraska has to be aware of where Cham is when we're driving the basketball. We just can't go in there and throw something up at the rim. He can make up a lot of space with his length. 85 block shots on the season.
Best players, most prolific scorers for both teams on the bench. Darius Johnson for UCF and Bryce Williams for Nebraska. UCF's basketball, long 3 up top right side. Rims off, not good. Rebound to Ulis. He comes the other way with the Huskers up by 7 across the timeline. Gives it off to Asijan, top of the circle to Mia. Right side back to Ulis. Walks it toward the timeline. Faces up against his defender, who gives him plenty of room. Comes to the left on the dribble. Ulis with a step back, still looking for something to somebody to throw it to. Finds Mia, and now to Gary. Gary dancing around with it up top left. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Ulis up top. Has a ball screen. Rejects it. Now uses it. Mia set it. Ulis drives it in the paint. Puts it up. Missed it. And not a great possession there. Here comes Mahowski down the floor. And the drive on the other end. And Darius Johnson, or Ivy Curry rather, scores it. And an and 1.
And Fred asking the refs, same call on our end. We don't get it. Aaron Ulis gets basically tackled. No call. And Ivy Curry attacking, gets a little bump, and he gets the whistle for the and 1. So now Nebraska up 5, 27-22.
And Ivy Curry on a tear here. 11 points for him. He's 5 for 8 from the floor. Williams leading the Huskers with 13, but he's on the bench taking a little rest here. And Ivy Curry bags the free throw. And now you got a 4-point game. He's got a dozen, Ivy Curry. 27-23 Huskers. Little full court pressure, nothing serious. They break it on 2 passes, and attacking the rim, making him pay with a layup is Gary.
Great attack. UCF's first time pressing this game. We made him pay for it. Got to the middle with Connor Asijan. He finds Jawan Gary streaking down the left side.
Had no problem with that press, and they made him pay with a layup by Gary. Here's a drive, the kick, extra pass in the paint with a basketball. Now the top of the circle jump shot, and it's good by Mahowski.
And the refs missed the travel. Ivy Curry left his feet and landed before he passed the ball. No whistle, and Mahowski drains a 3.
Now a 3-point lead after that 3-point make. Mia with a handoff to Asijan. Pull up Jay, 15-footer. Got it. So Asijan with a 3, and now a 2-point field goal, and it's a 5-point game again.
And good, we're attacking that press, making UCF pay for extending their pressure.
Esijan with 7 points for the Cornhuskers. Again, Williams on the bench, taking a rest. Bounce pass inside, bad pass. Shoe top height for the 7'2" Mustafa Chem, and they turned it over.
That's a terrible pass by Ivy Curry. You said it, just kind of threw it right at his feet. That's a tough catch for someone that's 6 foot tall, let alone 7'2".
So it's a 31-26 5-point lead for Nebraska. Again, the full court pressure. Hoiberg into Gary. Hoiberg takes the return pass in the backcourt. He'll bring it across the timeline, no problem. 22 left on the shot clock. He used up 8 seconds getting it across the timeline as Hoiberg comes left, has it knocked away, got it back. 14 on the clock. Out it comes now to the big man Braxton Mia. Mia hands it off to Williams, back in the game at the foul line. The jump shot on the way. Got it! Williams now has 15 points, 1 more to tie James Palmer for the all-time single-season scoring record. He's got 707, while Palmer had 708.
It's pretty action, too. The ball got moving. The defense was shifting, and Bryce drains one from the foul line.
33-26, 7-point lead Nebraska. Chom with the ball in the right corner. Touch pass. Faking outside, driving inside. 2-step drop, kick out. Long 3. Ivy Curry got it. Ivy Curry is hurting Nebraska. 15 first-half points at 33-29.
We just overhelped there. Sometimes we're overhelping on guys that aren't looking to score and left Ivy Curry wide open.
Here's Williams on the left side of the floor. If he gets a basket, he's got the single-season record. Williams, one arm to the pass to Hoiberg. Back to Williams. Williams dribbling the ball against Mahosky. Gives to Hoiberg, who hands it off to Esijan. Puts it on the floor, goes to the elbow. Swimp spins the other way. Double pump, shot blocked, out of bounds by the big man, Chom, and the Huskers have just 4 seconds left, 4.3 seconds left on the shot clock to inbound the ball and score.
And Chom coming over. You have to be aware where the big fella's at. And Connor thought he had an open window, but Chom came over for his third block shot of the game.
Hoiberg to throw it in. Huskers lead it 33-29. With it is Hoiberg off the inbounds pass, got his own return pass, and we got a whistle and a hold.
Finally, they get
Foul.
a whistle. Jawan Gary trying to get the offensive board, and Mahowski,
he held him.
Looks puzzled. Well, you had him grabbed and holding him right by the waist. That's a foul. That's the third foul now.
See, takedowns are okay in wrestling, see, but not basketball, see.
The third foul now on UCF Nebraska, 4 fouls. But Nebraska leads 33-29, just under 4 to play here in Las Vegas. Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer. Acres solutions for every field. We'll be back. This is Big Red Basketball.
Huskers fans, let's call a timeout on the court and in life. When the game gets tough, Nebraska stands together as a family, as a team. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there. Call, text, or chat 988. It's free, confidential, and staffed with trained counselors ready to listen and provide support. You're part of the Husker family, and every member is valued on and off the court. Remember, in times of need, call a timeout. Call, text, or chat 988. Presented by Nebraska DHHS.
Being game day ready means bringing the diehard passion, all in, all the time. And now you can show your Husker pride everywhere you go with the Husker Visa debit card, free with FNBO free checking. Gear up, game on, and give it up for the Big Red every time you pay. The Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the Bank of Husker Nation. Bring it. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
All right, fans, let's check out the social board presented by JSX.
All right, let me back up here. I thought I was off. Bryce still may get this record. He has 15 points. I was 10 points off. He needed 26. I thought he needed 16.
But he got Dave Hoppin. He passed Dave Hoppin today now, correct?
Well, you're the one that corrected me, so you tell me. Yes, so he's now number 2.
Yes.
Okay, so he's got 15 and needs 11 more to tie Palmer. And
I spent 9 hours prepping for this game yesterday, and you need me to go back and prep even more.
You did nothing.
9 hours.
You went back to the hotel,
9
the Aria,
hours,
and went to the cabana by the pool and the sauna. And I was up in my room. Yeah, sauna. You and your.
You know what I actually did?
Jake was in his Speedo.
I was on a hunt for some Dorothy Lynch home style light and lean dressing, endless flavorabilities in Las Vegas, and I couldn't find any.
In your Speedo?
Yes.
No wonder you were turned away at the storefront.
All right.
It was not pretty.
Nebraska up 33-29, 3:59 to play in the first half. Championship game in the college basketball crown.
You know what else is good with Dorothy Lynch?
What's that?
You dip your French fries in them.
Yeah.
We've talked about
Absolutely.
that. Or your onion rings.
Or your Valentino's pizza. All the above.
All right, so we'll get off the Bryce Williams scoring jag here because
he still has a chance to break it.
He's now number 2 all time behind James Palmer.
He has a chance to break it.
He sure does. Needs 26, and he's got 15. So we've got a 33-29 4-point lead. The Huskers had been ahead by 12, 23-11. Let's swing back, and you tell us what happened in terms of that kind of momentum.
It's the Ivy Curry show. We had UCF shooting around 30%. He comes in the game. He's right now Ivy Curry, who's out of the game, but he's 6 for 9 from the floor. And Mahowski 3 for 5. Those guys have really hurt Nebraska. They have 9 of the 12 made field goals for UCF. Hey, stay healthy and active with natural chiropractic care. Did you know that chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages? It's proven to treat pain, improve mobility, and prevent injury. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Huskers will inbound with a reset shot clock at 20. They have got the ball to inbound underneath their basket on the left side of the goal as you face the goal. And Sammy will throw it in. He's got a Sejan on the floor with Mia, Williams, and Gary. And they've had a timeout to discuss this. They get it into Gary in the left corner. Off the pass from Hoiberg into Sejan, shoots the 3. Missed it short. Rebound Chom. Up the floor the ball comes. It's Darius Johnson back on the floor. Their point guard. He sat for a while with 2 fouls. He's guarded by Williams now. Takes it right. Now the switch. Hoiberg's got him. Between the circles. Comes over there to Hendrick. And now Mahowski's got the ball. Drives past Williams. Floater no. And a foul on Williams.
Called a hand check?
It's number 1 on Bryce.
That's the 5th team foul.
Yep, 5 on Nebraska, 3 on UCF. So Cale Jacobson checks in, Sejan checks out. And Johnson inbounds the pass to Chom, who hands it back to Johnson. And now the flip to Ivy Curry. Swings it right back in the corner. Extra pass Johnson in the post. Left-handed hook, a right-handed hook over the left shoulder, no good by Chom. And that was not a very good shot, actually, for the big guy. Here's Williams off the screen from Mia. He puts it up, and it's no good. Rims out. Rebound by Chom for UCF. Down the floor, Ivy Curry's got it. Down the alley, cuts across the key. Goes to the right sideline. Gary's covering him out into the timeline. It's Mahowski with it. Back to Ivy Curry, posing with it. Bending down, driving it. Cut off baseline by the help, and it's out of bounds off Ivy Curry.
Turnover. UCF, good defense by Nebraska. We're getting a little help from our friends here, KP.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Seamus, and this is from Josh Hilkeman. Mike Sauter helping us out. Williams is just 16 points shy of the school record. So you were right. Well, Gary is 24 away from being the 33rd Husker to reach 1,000 points.
16 before the game started.
Correct.
So you corrected me incorrectly.
I did.
Great.
You're welcome.
He needs a bat.
I'm here for a reason.
One more point. Here's Gary with a 3. Oh, it's no good. Hit the back of the rim. It was right on target. And the Huskers cooled off here. 2:34 to go in the half. 33-29 up by 4. Mahowski's got the ball. A whip pass left side deflected by Williams into the hands of Johnson. And Williams pokes it out of bounds, and it's off Williams.
Almost another steal for Nebraska, but you said we've cooled off. Nebraska hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. UCF hasn't scored in 2 minutes. We've been stuck at this score, 33-29, for a long time here at T-Mobile Arena.
2:25 to go in the half. Inbounds pass underneath. It's poked out by Jacobson on the back of Ivy Curry. Looked for a moment like he might have a point-blank layup off the inbounds pass, but Jacobson behind him pokes it out. Johnson inbounds it with the big man, Chom. Fakes the dribble handoff. Now flips it out there over to Johnson, coming left, lobs it back to Chom into the hands of his buddy, and they blocked that.
That was a
play.
lucky ricochet.
Tyler Hendricks.
The pass was too high for Chom, and it ricochets right into the hand of Hendricks.
But it's a 2-point game, 33-31 on the lucky goal by Hendricks. Here's Williams to Jacobson, driving it, putting it up. High off the window, no. Ball deflected in the paint, and we got a foul on Nebraska. You could tell that Jacobson was intimidated there by Chom.
Yeah, thought he was going to come over. Chom actually didn't come over to even block his shot. And then Braxton Mia picks up the foul over the back of Chom. I thought that was our 7th foul, just the 16th foul in Nebraska. UCF only has 3.
Well, no flow to this thing right now.
Not at all. We had all momentum to start this game, and now it's all shifted back to UCF. Nebraska on a scoring drive of 3 minutes.
They got a chance to tie it with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Johnson posting up inside, foul on Williams again. And 2 free throws coming up for Johnson with a chance to tie this game.
And that's Bryce's 2nd foul. So that'll put Johnson at the line to try to get his first points of the afternoon. He's 0 for 4 from the field, first time to the foul line.
The whistles by the Zebras have ruined the flow of this game. And whistle after whistle, no flow to it at all, and the crowd is dead as a result as Johnson hits the free throw to make it a 1-point game.
And whistle after whistle, all of them going against Nebraska. 17 fouls on Nebraska, 3 on UCF, and UCF on a 6-0 run over the last 3 minutes.
Darius Johnson, who had 42 yesterday with his first point here with 1:46 to go in the first half. Now he gets his second to tie this game at 33. The Huskers at one point had a 12-point lead. And now we're knotted at 33 apiece, 1:40 to go in the half. Jacobson across the line with a pass to Gary. Out it comes to Hoiberg. Long 2. No good. Rebound taken down by UCF. It's Dior Johnson. He throws the ball into the hands of Hoiberg. Now UCF retrieves it. A little floater, and it's no good. Rebound by Braxton Mia. Nearly saw UCF take the lead there.
That was a good challenge by Braxton, able to get the rebound as well.
Here's Gary between the circles to Ulis. Bouncing around with it, flips it back to Gary. Top of the circle, drives right lane line all the way in. Off the window, draws the foul on Ivy Curry, and that's just the 4th foul on UCF here.
That'll go put Jawan at the foul line. These are the first foul shots for Nebraska this afternoon.
UCF has shot 3, made 3.
And Bearcay's going to check in for the first time here against UCF. But Nebraska has cooled off from beyond the arc. Started off 5 for 10, now 5 for 13.
Just no juice in the arena at all right now because of all the stoppage by the fouls called. Free throw good by Jawan. So Gary now has 8, and that breaks the tie. 34-33 Nebraska.
First point for Nebraska in 4 minutes, but still have not made a field goal. We're 0 for our last 7 from the floor, but finally able to get off number 33 for Nebraska.
So Jawan Gary, the 6'6" senior out of Columbia, South Carolina, 3rd-year player. Free throw good, and he's got 9. Bryce Williams with 15, needing 1 to tie James Palmer for the all-time single-season scoring record, 2 to take the all-time leading scorer title back home when his career ends here in Lincoln. It's 35-33. The drive inside, pull-up jump shot, up, in and out. Huskers dodged a bullet, had a good look. Did Johnson now offensive reset here. They got the ball again. And here's a drive by Chom, cut off there by Berke Buchtengel, down inside, and a layup. A bunny put in by Ivy Curry.
2 near steals for Nebraska, and somehow a wide open look.
That was Coleman, rather.
And Coleman just found himself wide open underneath the basket. Fred's going to use his use it or lose it timeout. All tied up here, 35 apiece here in Las Vegas.
Old Mo has gone away. Mo met him.
I mean, as you mentioned, Ken, we had the 12-point advantage at the 10.5-minute mark, 23-11. So they've outscored us 24-12. They've doubled us up the last 10 minutes.
And I really don't know if we're in a position to ascertain whether the officiating has been even Steven, although the fouls have not been even Steven. I mean, you know, Nebraska, I mean, that's what has gotten in the middle of this thing going up and down the floor. All the stoppages because of fouls, all on NU.
And we've cooled off as well. But the whistles have seemed to be more pro UCF, where the same call is not being made on both ends of the floor. It's been very inconsistent in this ball game. But you got to expect probably something drawn up for Connor Essegian in this situation. 23 on the shot clock, 31 on the game clock. In for Nebraska, Essegian, Ulis, Buchtengel, Hoiberg, and Gary.
And Bryce on the bench, and Essegian throws it in the backcourt to Ulis. Half a minute to go. We're tied at 35. Ulis faces up against his defender out near the timeline. We've got 23 to go and 14 on the shot clock. Ulis waiting for the clock to tick down, and here comes a screen and a touch foul. Fouls to give with 16.7 left now, 35 apiece.
They have fouls to give. That's going to be their fifth foul on UCF.
And so Nebraska will inbound the ball on the far side on the sideline. Essegian into Buchtengel, who did not start this afternoon. Buchtengel used up his dribble, spins around, in trouble. 5-second count on, gives it off to Essegian. Escapes one defender, now loses the ball. Turnover down on the other end. Gary gets his hand on it. Great save by Gary. Flips it inbounds, but UCF's got the ball. There's the horn, there's the half. So no scoring here on the last couple of possessions, back and forth after turnovers. And we're knotted at 35 at halftime.
Helter-skelter, 2 possessions in a row. We just got out of sorts. The pressure kind of surprised us by UCF. We turn it over. Gary able to get his paw on it, but no score there to end the half. All tied up here at 35.
Our post-game show coming up right after this break on the Huskers Radio Network.
It all starts with a handshake, but at FNIC, it's just the first of many. Their advisors build relationships, get to know your business, and help protect what's important to you, your family, and your employees. Commercial insurance, personal insurance, employee benefits, surety bonds, farm and crop insurance. FNIC has the solutions and guidance to help you manage risk. FNIC, trusted insurance advisors and proud sponsors of Husker Athletics. Connect with an agent today at FNICgroup.com.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Huskers fans, let's call a timeout on the court and in life. When the game gets tough, Nebraska stands together as a family, as a team. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there. Call, text, or chat 988. It's free, confidential, and staffed with trained counselors ready to listen and provide support. You're part of the Husker family, and every member is valued on and off the court. Remember, in times of need, call a timeout. Call, text, or chat 988. Presented by Nebraska DHHS.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
Because my mom wore her seatbelt that day, I get to hug her when I go home.
And then it clicked. Because I wore my seatbelt, I learned that one moment in time can change a person's life forever.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The day we were hit was the second to last day of our high school careers.
We were about to graduate as best friends together.
And then it clicked. Because we wore our seatbelt that day, we still get to experience life together.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Husker fans, this is Coach Hoiberg thanking you for supporting our program. Your passion and presence have created one of the best home court advantages in college basketball. Additionally, thank you for supporting your Husker student athletes through contributions to 1890 Nebraska, the official NIL collective of Husker Athletics. 100% of your contributions to 1890 go to Husker athletes, positively affecting their lives in so many ways. So visit 1890nebraska.com or text NEBNIL to 801-801 today and go Big Red.
All tied up here at the College Basketball Crown Championship Game in Las Vegas. Nebraska 35, UCF 35 at the break. And now time for your Cornerstone Bank halftime stats. UCF shooting 45% from the floor. They're 14 of 31 and 4 for 12 from downtown. Perfect from the foul line, 3 for 3. They do have 6 turnovers in that first half, which led to 5 points for Nebraska. Off the bench, Ivy Curry had 15 points for the Knights. And Darius Johnson, who had 42 against Villanova yesterday, only has 2 points in this game. He has not made a field goal. Mahowski has 7 And Chom, their 7'2" big man, has 5 points and 3 blocks in this game already. Nebraska shooting 42% from the floor, 14 of 33, 5 of 13 from beyond the arc, and 2 for 2 from the foul line. And Nebraska leading scorer right now, Bryce Williams, he has 15, just 1 point away from tying the single-season scoring record of James Balmer Jr. Yes, Kent and I had to check that multiple times because I did all the prep. Kent did not. And Connor Esigian has 7 to round out the scoring for Nebraska. Cornerstone Bank is committed to providing you game-changing solutions for your financial needs. Bank on a solid foundation. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll have more on the show after the break. This is Big Red Basketball.
Plungers and store-bought chemicals can only go so far and can harm your drains. Call the professionals at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical to get your drains flowing. We won't only make sure the clog is taken care of, but we will ensure your drains are completely clean so the clog will not come back. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And Electrical.
Just like the Huskers dominate the hardwood, J-Tech Construction is here to dominate your home improvement game. Whether it's roofing, siding, or solar, our team plays with the same passion as your Nebraska men's and women's basketball teams, bringing Husker pride to every project. From energy-saving solar to game-winning windows, J-Tech has the tools to make your home a Husker-worthy powerhouse. Proudly serving all of Husker Nation because, just like Big Red, we know how to bring home the W. J-Tech Construction, your home, our game. Call for a free estimate. Terms and conditions apply.
We are back here in Las Vegas. Nebraska and the UCF Knights out of the Big 12 Conference tied at 35-35 in the championship game of the Crown. What's your analysis here, Jake, of what happened here in the first half after taking the 12-point lead?
Well, Nebraska started off hot from beyond the arc, making their first. They're going 3 out of 4 to start. And since that juncture, we've cooled off, making 2 of our next 9. So just missing some shots, not getting some whistles, but we let the bench for UCF really play well. 17 points off the bench for UCF, primarily all from Jordan Ivy Curry. He has 15 of those 17 off the bench. He's 6 of 9. And then Mahowski, he's 3 for 5. Those guys have 9 of UCF's 14 made field goals. And then we had so many times where we almost get a steal and deflect the pass and just not able to come up with it. So the defense was good, but it somehow ricochets and falls into the player for UCF that gets an open look. So we're doing some good things, but we can't. When they started to go on their run, we drove it to the paint into a crowd a couple times, gets our shot blocked, and that really keys transition for UCF.
It does. And at that point in time, combined with all of a sudden the Zebras got happy whistles, you didn't have that ball movement that we were talking about.
Correct.
Which served Nebraska so well all game yesterday and in the early half of this one, early half of this half. So as a result, the score is tied at 35. You know, one of every 3 fatal crashes in Nebraska involves an alcohol-impaired driver. If you drink, don't drive. Impaired driving is deceptively dangerous. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Can we clarify now the deal about Bryce? I mean, I was all over it, and then you throw me a curve.
But you mentioned you don't know if that's right, so I said I think it's 26. So you teed me up.
I tried to do the math, and I showed you the figures. Yeah, oh, no, he needs 26.
How about this?
He doesn't need 16, he needs 20.
How about this?
Yeah.
I'll stand up here on the floor. Tell you that you're right. I was wrong.
Yeah.
How about that for a concept?
Go ahead and do it then. Stand up.
I'm standing up on the floor, not on the ground,
yeah,
on the
but
floor,
nobody
because you were right about that.
What?
I will admit that, too.
What was I?
You were right. You were correct.
I was right?
You were right.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
As a result, let's take a break, and we'll be back after Josh checks our halftime major college scoreboard on the Huskers Radio Network.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with unleaded 88, how about this? Unleaded 88
can help you save big at the pump.
And save the planet by cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
Any car 2001 or newer is approved to use unleaded 88. Speaking of good, it's made from corn, which is great for farmers.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose unleaded 88, there you have them. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind. Visit chooseunleaded88.com to learn more.
To be a part of Nebraska Medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your foundation and damaging your home. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
Welcome into the Acres Broadcast Center. I'm Jake Schrantz, here with you during halftime between Nebraska and UCF. Your score after 20 minutes of action sits at 35-35, and I'm here to provide you with a Nebraska Lottery scoreboard update. As the women's college basketball season came to a close this afternoon, the Yukon Huskies dominated South Carolina 82-59. Paige Becker, Zazie Fudd, and Sarah Strong combined for 65 of Connecticut's 82 points en route to the program's 12th national title under head coach Gino Auriemma and 11th since the year 2000. Taking a look at some college baseball scores around the country, Nebraska dropped Game 3 of the three-game series against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights 7-5. Illinois shut down the Maryland Terrapins at home and won the series 3-0 after an 11-0 shutout win in Game 3 this afternoon. Indiana defeated Michigan State 6-4 in Bloomington to hand Sparty just its 10th loss of the season. Finally, in a top 5 matchup in college baseball, number 5 Texas defeated number 3 Georgia 4-3 in a 10-inning battle down in Austin. In Husker softball, Game 3 of the series went Iowa's way with a 5-2 win over Nebraska this afternoon in Iowa City. In Major League Baseball, the Nationals beat the Arizona Diamondbacks by a final score of 5-4, finding just the 3rd win of the season for Washington. The Phillies were able to take down the LA Dodgers, who now have just 2 losses on the season. The Pittsburgh Pirates found a way against the New York Yankees with a 5-4 win over the Bronx Bombers in 11 innings. Some games currently happening. The Giants and Mariners in a tight one, 4-3 into the 9th inning, with the Giants holding the 1-run advantage there, and the Cleveland Guardians just dropped a game 6-2 on the road at the Los Angeles Angels. This has been a Nebraska Lottery scoreboard update. Your attention, please. Your Nebraska Lottery has given $1 billion back to our state since 1993. The money has gone to protect the environment, improve education, and maintain the state fair. It's all part of helping build a better Nebraska. Coming up, second half action between the Huskers and UCF. This is Big Red Basketball.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
Because my mom wore her seatbelt that day, I get to hug her when I go home.
And then it clicked. Because I wore my seatbelt, I learned that one moment in time can change a person's life forever.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The day we were hit was the second to last day of our high school careers.
We were about to graduate as best friends together.
And then it clicked. Because we wore our seatbelt that day, we still get to experience life together.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
All tied up here in Las Vegas, the championship game of the college basketball crown. Nebraska 35, UCF 35, and today's three-point halftime tally is brought to you by Central Valley Ag, where every Husker three-pointer helps feed the hungry planet. Here at home, at the half, the Huskers made 5 shots from beyond the arc with each made basket. CVA is proud to help local school backpack programs by donating to Food Bank for the Heartland. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of the Huskers. Nebraska got out to a 12-point lead at the 10-20 mark, and UCF finishes the half on a 24-12 run to tie it up here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And there was a lot of things going on there, but it was UCF. They started off shooting the ball poorly from the field. That was a lot because of Nebraska's defense was so good to start this ball game. And Nebraska's defense lost its edge a little bit. And Ivy off the bench for Ivy Curry off the bench for UCF. He has 15 first half points, and he really got it going for UCF. Nebraska started off moving the basketball really well, getting some high-quality looks on our offensive end. But then Chom, who has 3 blocks in the first half, started to key some defensive stops and key the break and transition for UCF. And now we find ourselves tied up at 35. And another big thing that we didn't mention, Andrew Morgan picked up his second foul, and he was on the bench the final probably 8 minutes of that first half. I think that was a bigger deal because he can handle it out there with Chom better than what Braxton Mia can do at that same position.
Good point, Jake. And Williams probably would have played 20 minutes rather than 16 had he not had
He had 2 fouls. Yeah.
So here we go. 20 more minutes in the season remaining. Will the Huskers be crowned with the crown here in Vegas? Trying to win their second postseason national tournament ever. It's so 1996 in the NIT. I was lucky enough to be there behind this microphone back then, and sure like to see it happen again this afternoon. Morgan, Jacobson, Williams, Gary, Hoiberg on the floor as we get set for the second half of the 4th game since Monday night. Huskers with 3 wins against ASU, Georgetown, and Boise State, and looking to take this trophy away and defeat UCF. They got to beat UCF to do it in the championship game here. Nebraska with 43 wins in the last 2 years. Second time in Husker basketball history that's been done. 20 or more wins in back-to-back seasons. Yep. 97, 98. I was thinking it was early 90s, but it was in the late 90s that happened with Danny. So here we go. Nebraska's ball to start the second half, and Morgan throws it in the backcourt to Jacobson, and underneath him defensively with pressure is Mahowski. Brings it across the timeline, does Kale. One-arm left-handed pass to Morgan. One bounce, gives to Gary, shoots the three. It's no good. Rebound off the miss belongs to Hendricks. Down the floor, Mahowski's got it. Tie game at 35. Mahowski in the paint, the kick out. Long three on the way, no good. Rebound belongs to the Knights. Second chance opportunity again. This is Johnson, Darius Johnson, dancing around, throws to Mahowski, who drives the ball, gathers it in the paint, puts it up, and banks it in over Hoiberg.
I mean, that's just a lucky shot. Great defense by Sam. Mahowski did not mean to bank that one home. He was out of control and off the window. First lead for UCF this game.
Yes, 37-35. Huskers had a 12-point lead. Now the Knights have a 2-point lead. Opening minute, second half. Hoiberg with a handoff off Morgan. Drives the ball. No shot for him. Pivots, looks, flips it out to Kale. Near the timeline to Williams. Williams with a long 22-footer off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound fought for and a held ball called. And the arrow belongs to Central Florida.
Juwan Gary trying to get the offensive board, and the ball gets stuck in between the backboard and the rim. But yeah, UCF, their last lead was 3-0, and this is their first lead since that juncture.
37-35, up by 2 with the ball. Darius Johnson inside on the block, throws one up wildly, misses it. Rebounds snapped up by Morgan. Nebraska gets it back, looking to tie it with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Gail Jacobson flips it up top to Morgan. Coming to it is Williams. Fumbled it, got it back. Drives the ball against the big man. He can't get a shot off in there. 3 defenders on him and lost it on a turnover. Down the floor in transition. Layup up and good, and a 4-point lead. Coleman scoring after the turnover.
And Bryce was looking to the ref for a foul. UCF just swiping at the basketball, able to get the steal. That's the 6th turnover on Nebraska.
39-35. Jacobson with the ball. Huskers got to score in the second half. Morgan's got it. Top of the circle. One-handed, left-handed pass to Williams on the wing. Williams faces up against his defender, backs him into the paint over the left shoulder, and a foul on the floor on UCF. And they'll reset the shot clock to 20.
That's the first foul of the second half.
Tyler Hendricks.
And Hendricks, that's his second foul.
So the Huskers will inbound underneath her basket. Down by 4. Jacobson to Hoiberg. Hoiberg, couple of bounces, gives to Morgan. Morgan looks right, drives right, all the way underneath, and lost the ball off his shoe. I thought it went off his shoe.
Well, Mahowski just coming in there and swiping at it. Looked like he got a lot of arm from our vantage point. 9 seconds left on the shot clock.
Hoiberg into Gary. Gary on the right side, swim move, baseline shot, no. And Gary goes down. He's hurt, holding his head. It's 5 against 4 on the other end. They don't stop the game. Mahowski drives it, dumps it off, dunk, and a 6-point lead with Gary still on the floor on the other end.
Yeah, but there's no foul there. Gary just is holding his head for no reason. No whistle at all. And now the biggest lead for UCF in this game, 41-35, 6 points. Nebraska was up 12, 23-11.
They're looking at
with 10:20 to play.
Yeah, looking at Jawan, and we've got a media break. We'll be right back on the Huskers Radio Network.
Being game day ready means bringing the diehard passion, all in, all the time. And now you can show your Husker pride everywhere you go with the Husker Visa debit card, free with FNBO free checking. Gear up, game on, and give it up for the Big Red every time you pay. The Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Bring it. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
No need to hunt around for friendly service, low prices, quality products, and great experiences. You'll find it all with the local experts, Sapp Brothers Petroleum. If you're tired of tracking down another late delivery, it's time to consider Sapp Brothers, where we pride ourselves on delivering products on time or even ahead of schedule, with your safety our top priority. Switching is easy. Just shoot us an email or give us a call. And right now, when you contact Sapp Brothers for any of your fuel, propane, or lubricant needs, you'll be entered to win a guided pheasant hunt next fall. Visit sappbros.net/Huskers. Huskers.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Back in action. Huskers down 6. Gary's in the locker room. He's bleeding. Huskers with the ball. Down in the right corner with it is Williams to Morgan. Hands it off to Hoiberg coming to it. Hoiberg fakes outside, comes inside, spins. The cutter is a Season. The floater on the way. Air ball. Rebound to Chom. 6-point lead UCF, and they've got the basketball as well. Johnson to Chom to Johnson up top. Drives it with the left hand. Down to the baseline. No shot for him, though. Flips it up top diagonally. Extra pass. Shot blocked. Kale Jacobson got it midair. Takes it the other way. Williams comes in. And no whistle, no foul. Come on, you guys. Come on.
This is unbelievably bad reffing right now.
Long three on the way, and it's a splash and a 9-point lead for the UCF Knights. Mahowski scored it, and we got a 44-35, 9-point UCF lead. Williams with the ball, puts his head down. Swipe.
Thank you.
Swipe
That's a third foul now on Darius Johnson.
Yep.
I mean, you can't just lean on someone as a defender. You can't do that. So 2 fouls now on UCF. Third foul on Darius Johnson, and again, who had 42 against Nova. He's not happy with that call, but Fred Hoiberg is just not happy with the no call. Bryce Williams gets the ball dropped off after a brilliant defensive play by Kale Jacobson to block the shot, keep it in bounds, and tons of contact, no whistle.
Well, and then not to speak of the fact they did not review the play where Gary got hit in the head and went to the locker room bleeding. Here's a Sejan, step back three, no good. And the rebound, UCF. Huskers in trouble here. Got a 21-point swing against Nebraska. They were ahead 12. They're down by 9 now. In the lane, Ivy Curry tries to split a double team and held ball, and the arrow belongs to
Nebraska.
Yep, Huskers.
Good defense by Sam coming in there. And Ivy Curry saying something to his bench. Not sure what he's saying, but Nebraska, their biggest deficit of the game, 9, 44-35.
Jacobson inbounds to Hoiberg, back to Jacobson, and Kale will bring it across the timeline. Net by his defender over there in Coleman, Debo Coleman, top of the circle. Morgan's got it. Looks left, comes right. Back cutting is Hoiberg, not available. Morgan hands it off to Jacobson. Jacobson puts it on the floor once. Lost it, got it back, gives to Morgan, drives the ball baseline, spins, reverse layup, no good, rebound Chom. Here comes UCF up by 9. Coleman with the ball. Debo Coleman. Mahowski, pump fake, 3-ball, up, no. Offensive rebound, maybe had a push off there. Foul called on Nebraska, and that's a Sejan, and Huskers are in trouble here after owning the first 15 minutes, or 10 minutes anyway, 10 to 15 minutes, now down 9.
Nebraska has not scored this half, Ken. It was tied at 35 apiece. 9-0 run to start the half for UCF, up 44-35. We'll be back after the break. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Your next vehicle is waiting for you at Woodhouse.
With over 20 locations and a variety of brands, Woodhouse offers everything from reliable trucks to family-friendly SUVs. Whether you're looking for a Nissan, Mazda, or Infiniti, our team is here to help you find the perfect fit. Enjoy a seamless car buying experience with our expert staff and exceptional service. Visit Woodhouse today, where quality, selection, and customer satisfaction come first. Or get started online at woodhouse.com.
Hey, call a timeout if you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there. Call, text, or chat 988. It's free, confidential, and staffed with trained counselors ready to listen and provide support. UCF with their biggest lead of the game, 44-35, 9 points. And Nebraska misses its first 7 shots of the second half and is now 0 for 14 since the 4-minute mark of the first half. We've missed 14 straight shots and find ourselves down 9. And we're not getting any friendly whistles from this crew here in Las Vegas. And the crowd that's here, 90% Nebraska fans, not happy with the no calls at all. But you have to play through that as a player. You can't expect to get the whistle. You have to play through it, try to finish the best you can. But I hope we have some magic like we had on Monday. We were down 11 against Arizona State with about 17 to play in that game in the second half, and we ended up winning that ball game at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. But hopefully we have some of that left in us. 15:31 to play here in the championship game of the college basketball crowd.
Bryce and Connor and even, well, Jawan's in the locker room. He can't hit a three.
He's back out here now.
Okay.
He's back out on the floor. He has subbed in. I think we should. Do we need to call that the hit of the game?
I think we do, even though a chiropractor can't stop the bleeding. But otherwise, Jawan, I think, would benefit from chiropractic. And if you need to find a chiropractic physician in Nebraska, all you need to do is visit nebraskachiropractic.org. Gary hit in the face, ended up bleeding. It hit the deck as a result. Our Nebraska Chiropractic Physician Association hit of the game. Inbounds play for UCF. This is Ivy Curry spinning, scoring 11 points the lead now.
So there's an 11-point deficit. Same as what we had on Monday against Arizona State. This UCF team, more talented, more depth than ASU.
Now pressing, and now Nebraska tried to attack the press and turned it over. Had a 2-on-1 inside, and Gary threw the ball away. Ivy Curry with the ball in the right corner with his team ahead 46-35. 22-point swing in this game. Rather, 23-point swing, I should say. Ivy Curry driving the ball against Williams. Kicks left side. Long three on the way. Good. 14-point lead now on the make by Tyler Hendricks.
This has got bad in a hurry. We've been stuck at 35 forever.
Over 5 minutes. At halftime, they had 35, and 35 on the scoreboard right now. Here is Morgan with the ball. Morgan bounces inside to Gary, puts it up and in, and finally Huskers with 2 points in the second half on a bucket by Gary.
Our defense has to get better. UCF feeling very comfortable on this end of the floor. We have to pick up our defensive intensity if we want to get back in this game.
Down a dozen now, 49-37. Pull up Jay. Ivy Curry missed it. Rebound, Williams needing a point to tie the single-season scoring record held by James Palmer Jr. He's got 15, needs 16. Here's a Sejan with the basketball. Up top left, top of the circle to Morgan. Back cutting is Williams, not available. Over to Gary on the sideline instead. Back to Morgan, nobody in the paint. Here's a Sejan, starts in, cuts back out on a curl. And the give and go. And the return pass in the two-game to a Sejan. Jump shot up, and it's good. And it's a long two.
And Fred said that Sejan got bumped from behind. I think he did by Ivy Curry, but big bucket by Connor. Sejan cuts this to 10.
Couple of baskets in a row and a stop in between. It's a 49-39 game, 13:35 to go in the game. Mahowski with the ball on the right side driving. That dumps it off, and the shot blocked, and Huskers have the loose ball. Here's Williams across the timeline, 4-on-3, left side. Hoiberg, Williams, right side, Gary. Crossover dribble in the paint, puts it up, shot blocked, but he put it in anyway. And the Huskers with a 6-0 run, back to within 8.
Great defense to start the block. Keys the break for Nebraska, and a quick timeout by head coach Johnny Dawkins of UCF. And this crowd here, 90% Nebraska fans, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 people here at T-Mobile Arena, and it is getting loud here in Las Vegas.
Timeout on the floor, 49-41, UCF on the Huskers Radio Network.
It's never too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
So the story of this game, Nebraska got off to a very hot start and took a 12-point lead in this game. And that was early on. Biggest lead for the Cornhuskers came at the 10:21 mark in the first half, ahead 23-11. Fast forward to this juncture, we are at the 13-12 mark in the game. And from that point on, 12-point lead for Nebraska. We were looking at a 14-point lead by UCF as the Huskers failed to hit a shot in the first 5+ minutes of the second half. But Nebraska scored 6 in a row. We've got a game again, I think, 49-41 UCF.
Hey, Husker Nation travels well with the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of Husker Athletics, with convenient flights and hassle-free service. It's LNK for the win. Visit LincolnAirport.com. And as you mentioned, KP, took 5-6 minutes for Nebraska to score in this second half. UCF got out to a 49-35 lead, but 6 straight points over the last minute 24 for the Cornhuskers has got some momentum back in their favor. The Husker contingent that has traveled to Las Vegas or just coming to the game because they were already going to be here. Finally, some noise pro-Nebraska in this ball game. But 13-12 left. We were in this same position on Monday against Arizona State, and we just kept grinding. But it's going to start with getting stops, because when we're getting stops, we talked about this in pregame, we get it off the glass, get those defensive boards, we can push in transition. When we're getting stuck in the half court, 7'2" Chum has 3 blocks already in this game, and we just cannot, we don't feel comfortable going in the paint because we know that he's lurking.
Yep.
So if we get out in transition, we can beat him down the floor. We've had no success at scoring in the paint right now. UCF leading paint points 22-14.
One of the things I know the coaches stressed was against their size, pump fake the ball. And
absolutely.
They bite on it a lot. I don't know that it's been happening.
It hasn't happened at all, but 22-14 paint points, second chance points, 10-2 UCF.
On the floor, Morgan, Williams, Sejan, Gary, and Hoiberg. And it's UCF's ball after the Nebraska Cornhuskers, with the timeout now, have cut that lead down to 8 points, 49-41. Do they have a stop in them here? This is Darius Johnson, driving right side, all the way in. Whip pass up top, stepping into a 3. Ivy Curry missed it. Rebound, Williams emphatically cleans it up.
Great rebound in traffic by Bryce Williams, and Ivy Curry had a good look, just missed it short.
Here is Morgan with the ball off the pass from Hoiberg, posing with it, looking for cutters as they run their stuff, drives the ball poked free out of bounds by Ivy Curry. Otherwise, Morgan had a clear lane to the goal.
It did. It was a great set. Drawn up by Fred Hoiberg in that timeout, but Ivy Curry able to poke it free from behind.
15 on the shot clock. Hoiberg looking, finds Williams. Squares, shoots, three, no good. Rebound, Gary, put back up. Got it! And an and one. Jawan Gary, who was in the locker room not 2 minutes ago, bleeding, back on the floor. He's got a chance for a three-point play, and Nebraska's cut that lead to 6.
And I think when he cut his head, that woke up Jawan Gary. He is mad. You can see the look in his eyes. That was a man's offensive rebound by Jawan Gary, and then taking the contact for the and one.
Led the way in scoring against Boise with 21 points, 9 rebounds. Gary at the free throw line, fires, got it. And we've got a 49-44 5-point game. 16 for Gary, 15 in the game for Williams. 5-point contest, 7.5 minutes elapsed here in the second half. 12.5 to go. Darius Johnson, whip pass, left corner, big man, three ball, poor shot, rebound, Nebraska. Gary to Williams. Williams to Gary, drives the ball, puts it up and in. It's up and down, and it's a 49-46 three-point ball game.
11-0 run by Nebraska. Andrew Morgan seals Chom up the paint. That way, Jawan had a free pass, and he goes in and finishes.
18 for Gary. Here's a drive inside in the paint and the kick out left side. Now in the corner, Ivy Curry shoots up a three. Got it. Ivy Curry answering with his 18th, 19th, and 20th points. Back to a 6-point lead at 52-46.
And that's such a hard shot. That's one you live with if you're Nebraska. A step-back three from the left corner with Connor Esigian all over it.
Morgan with a basketball up top. Chomp playing drop defense. No pressure on him. Morgan hands it off. Esigian square shoots the three. Got it! Bang! A ring. Another three for the Cornhuskers. This time, Esigian bags it. It's 52-49 three-point game. With a basketball, Darius Johnson in the paint, puts it up, shot is blocked, into the hands of Gary. Here is Hoiberg. Hoiberg leads the break, cuts across the key, gives to Esigian, baseline to Williams, retreats to the corner. Williams now backs his way in against Johnson. Dior Johnson, now a double team comes in the paint. Gary puts it up, contact, no foul, loose ball. Morgan, Hoiberg's got it. Morgan, Esigian, 25-footer, got it! Got it! Got it! Got it! Tie game! 52-52. Nebraska's come from 14 points behind to tie this game. And a timeout by Central Florida. What a rally by Nebraska. It's 52-all with a 10:54 on the clock. Nebraska answering serious trouble with a huge, huge run. Made up those 14 points to tie this sucker up.
That's the last 4 minutes. 17-3 run by Nebraska. And it all started with our stops, our defense, our physicality coming over, making some big plays, those hustle plays on the defensive end. And then guys coming to life offensively. But when we get out in transition, we get those stops. UCF's not able to set their defense like they were doing. When setting Chom, you talked about him, they're playing that drop defense. He's just sitting in the middle of the paint, 7'2", Mustafa Chom, and he's a shot-blocking threat. He has 3 block shots in this game, but now the ball movement has been really good. And over the last 4 minutes, 17-3 run by Nebraska.
Pausing 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Husker basketball is brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. If you or someone you know is struggling with problem gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call Choices 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300 for more information. Offices in Lincoln and Columbus.
This game, college basketball, and to a much lesser degree college football, but college basketball in particular, has been changed so much because of television. A team gets on a run like Nebraska is on right now, or a run like UCF was on when they were up 14 points, the momentum is absolutely destroyed by television timeouts.
It really is. And Johnny Dawkins got a timeout there. He's called 2 timeouts in the last 4 minutes to try to get his team regrouped. But a 17-3 run by Nebraska. And this building, 90% Nebraska fans, not filled to capacity by any stretch of the imagination, but it's getting loud in here at T-Mobile Arena. And guys are stepping up to make plays, but Bryce Williams, he had 15 early in the first half. He has not scored since that juncture. But Juwan Gary has 18, and Connor Esijan, he has 15. But Bryce has just gotten on, and he has not received any generosity from the three gentlemen, and I say gentlemen lightly, in the striped shirts on the floor.
And yet he is 6 for 12 from the floor. Has hit 3 threes, 3 of 8, 3 rebounds, and an assist. But they made up these 14 points without him, and I refuse to believe that he won't be an integral part of how this thing is settled in the next 11 minutes.
You know that he's going to be, and we have to keep attacking, but attack with intelligence. Be opportunistic. And I think we can make plays offensively, but just make the simple ones. But I'm going to go back to our defensive strategy the last 4 minutes. We've been flying around. We were a little bit lethargic to start this second half for whatever reason. But when you're struggling to score the basketball, we missed 14 straight field goal attempts. Sometimes that can impact your energy and your focus on the defensive end. It's just human nature. But now the momentum completely shifted in the favor of Nebraska. The crowd here at T-Mobile Arena, they're on their feet, they're making noise, and this is a fun atmosphere here in Las Vegas.
We had a very loud crowd Go Big Red chant going during that commercial break. Wish you could have heard it here. This is a road game, and it sounded like, well, a little bit like PBA, not exactly like PBA with 15,000 in it, but this is a Nebraska crowd. In the inbounds pass, UCF's got the ball. Huskers have tied it at 52. Dribble weave action. Darius Johnson has it. Swim move down left baseline. Pump fake on the left side of the floor. Mahowski to Darius Johnson again, and 10 on the shot clock. Casts up a three, missed it short. Rebound, Esijan. Nebraska has made up the 14 points and now has a chance to take the lead. Here's Williams across the timeline. One more point. He ties the all-time single-season record. With it is Morgan holding it, looking for cutters, looking for action. Away from the ball, hands it off to Gary, who comes to it. Now to Williams, faces up against Mahowski. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Rebound Mahowski off the miss from Williams. So it is a tie game at 52, and UCF has the ball. Chance to take the lead. With the basketball is Dior Johnson, and we got a whistle and a foul.
And
Dior Johnson hit the deck.
Dior Johnson just fell down. Bryce barely touched it. That's the third foul now on Bryce Williams.
Thanks, DJ.
And that was a good, clean look by Bryce Williams. And it was right on line, just a little bit long. He saw Mahowski on him, posted him up, and just missed it a hair long.
Dior Johnson inbounds the ball to Benny Williams on the floor now at 6'10", 217, a senior post. With it is Johnson, Dior Johnson. Now the ball deflected into the hands of Gary. Turnover by Central Florida. Nebraska's got the ball. Williams across the timeline. Can the Huskers break the tie here? Williams to Morgan, and here's the two-handed flush. The dunk that puts Nebraska ahead. The first Amigos dunk of the game. The other way they come down the floor. Inside, point blank, missing. Second chance, no good. And Hoiberg comes up with a loose ball, gives it off to Gary. Nebraska's taking the lead at 54-52. Now they go to work on the offensive end.
Same set.
Came down from 14 up by 2. Here's a drive and another dunk. Back-to-back flushes. 2 paws by Morgan. Assist by Williams. Nebraska's up by 4. 56-52. With the basketball is Darius Johnson for Central Florida. Darius Johnson to Dior Johnson. Back to Darius Johnson. Whip pass, right corner. Ivy, Curry, 3-ball, no. Rebound, fought for. Offensive board. Whistle and a foul on Morgan. He fouled he fouled Benny Williams, the big 6'10" substitute postman.
And now that's the third foul on Andrew Morgan, but he had back-to-back Amigos dunks in the same set 2 times in a row. He cleared out the entire left side, put Connor Esijan as a shooter in the corner, so they couldn't help. And Mustafa Cham, their shot blocker, was on the bench during those 2 segments. He's back in the game now, and now Berke Buchtengel back in the game because Andrew Morgan just picked up his 3rd foul.
Inbounds pass, back in the game is Cham, the big 7'2" postman out from underneath. All over him, draped over him is Buchtengel. Now comes back to Darius Johnson, crossover dribble. Hoiberg stays with him, the kick out. Ivy's got it. Ivy Curry down inside, lost the ball, got it back, reverse layup, nope, passes it off, and the point-blank shot is no good by the big man Chum, and the rebound by Buchtenschel. Nebraska with the ball up by 4. What a comeback here with 8.5 to go. Here's Williams in the paint, threw it away, intended it for Buchtenschel. Ill-advised pass in transition, layup, no good. Rebound, Buchtenschel goes coast to coast. He was the intended target of the pass, got down the floor and got that defensive rebound.
Great hustle back, and that was Connor Esijan sprinting back, and he went straight up without fouling, and good hustle by everyone to get that defensive board.
Hoiberg with the basketball, right side Buchtenschel, back to Hoiberg, comes right off the screen of Buchtenschel. Hoiberg in the paint, Buchtenschel gathers himself, throws it out on the wing. Williams gathers it. Williams on the floor with it. Jump, a pump fake, the jab step, and the drive, and the turnaround jump shot up, and it's no good, and the rebound taken down by Central Florida.
Tough shot there by Bryce, but late in the shot clock was forced to take it.
Darius Johnson with the ball and a whistle, and again, DJ Karstensen, did he call a foul or
Called
a
a foul. Called a foul on Bear Cave. That's the 4th team foul on Nebraska, 3 fouls on UCF. UCF has not scored in just over 4 minutes. Nebraska on a 21-3 run to get the 4-point lead, 56-52 here in Las Vegas. Hey, hands on the wheel ahead in the game. The driver has one job to drive. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. We'll be back. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it. Times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Nebraska Lottery.
Hey, I heard Trucks and Bucks is back.
Yes, sir. And this year you could win one of 8 new great trucks. People from around the state just love this game.
They do?
You bet. Just this morning, I got calls from excited players in Burwell, Sutton, Falls City, and Ralston.
Well, you can add Wilbur to the list.
You're from Wilbur?
No, that's my name.
Oh.
Hey, if you get a call from Alma, that's my aunt.
That's her name?
No, that's where she lives.
Trucks and Bucks top prize odds are 1 in 336,000.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Enjoy the bold, fresh flavors of Amigos. Fans can receive a free combo meal when they download the new Bold Fresh Rewards app from Amigos. On game day, Amigos is a slam dunk, and we had back-to-back Amigos dunks by Andrew Morgan, the exact same set, a pick and roll with Bryce Williams, and he throws it down twice.
This is an amazing sight. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Center, and the Husker cheerleaders and Spirit Squad running up from the sidelines, throwing Husker T-shirts into the crowd. It looks like a game at PBA, a home game. In essence, in terms of the vibe in here, it is a home game.
It's pretty cool. It is a home court feel here in Las Vegas. And Nebraska on a 21-3 run over the last 6:45 in this game, and it's been all defense by Nebraska. And Bryce Williams has been stuck on 15, though. He needs 17 to break the single season scoring record of James Palmer Jr.
I thought it was 27, Jake.
I thought you were 27, Kent.
We were going back and forth about that. We knew from the beginning it was 16 to tie James Palmer, 17 to set the record, but that's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's no question about it, just a matter of when.
And we're going to need him to score down the stretch. 7:49 to play. Bear Cave just picked up a foul. Nebraska has 4 fouls. UCF 3 fouls. Andrew Morgan, who has been really good this second half, went to the bench because he picked up his 3rd foul. And remember, Bryce has 3 fouls. So he's got to be very, very careful with this final 8 minutes not to do anything silly. But it'll be UCF ball, 25 seconds on the shot clock.
Jacobson started the second half, but he's been sitting for most of it. Mia has not played in the second half, I don't believe, and neither is Ulyss in the inbounds play for UCF after the foul. And with the ball, Mahowski out on the right side up top, sideline to Darius Johnson against Hoiberg, who's done a magnificent job defending Darius Johnson. Sammy, my boy, defensively has been sterling.
So good. And Darius Johnson, you can see he's frustrated.
Too bad.
He's
so
0
sad.
for 8 in this game. He just has 2 points, both from the foul line.
Here comes Williams. Bryce across the timeline. And that Crown logo here at the T-Mobile Center. Buchengel hands it off to Hoiberg, coming left to right. Squares up. Left side is Siege, and good look. Got it! Bang! A ring! At 59-52, the Huskers up by 7 after trailing by 14. Siege warming up now. Another Central Valley Ag 3. Here's a drive by Darius Johnson and a foul. DJ Karstensen again on the call.
And that's the 8th CVA 3 of the game for Connor, or for Nebraska. Connor making the 8th one, and I thought that could have been a charge on Darius Johnson. I don't know what you want the defender to do, and Sam Hoiberg moving his feet like he was.
59-52, Nebraska up by 7 points, 7 minutes and 7 seconds to go. Darius Johnson has the ball in the paint, throws one up, a lob play. Kick out from the center to Mahowski. Missed the shot. Rebound Mahowski. Missed the follow shot, and a foul called on Nebraska. And that is team foul number 6.
That's the 4th foul on Bryce Williams. And Bryce was just trying to get out of the way. Mahowski follows his own shot.
And Cale Jacobson's going to check in. I'm suspecting he'll come in for Bryce.
And that ref, I believe, is Tyler Kump. And again, Tyler, we have never heard of in our entire life, and that's why he made that call, because it was so bad he hasn't done very many big games.
Mahowski hits the free throw. 13 points for him. He didn't do anything against Villanova yesterday. Didn't score. Did have 8 boards in 16 minutes. Mahowski averaging only 3 points per game. Second one on the way. Short. Rebound in the paint. Belongs to a Season. Protects the ball. Gives it to Cale. Just got done saying Cale hadn't played much, but he has to come into the game and replaces Williams. It is 6:59-53. Nebraska by 6. 6:45 to go. Gary with the ball. Goes baseline left. Kicks it up. Buchengel fakes. Drives the ball. Puts it up with the left hand. Couldn't finish, but he is fouled and they go to the free throw line. BK will.
Good take by Berkay. He wants that one back. Mahowski trying to come over to take the charge.
I thought he'd gather himself one more step and dunk it.
Yeah, he could have done that too, but still a great take and good shot fake. That's what he can do. He has the threat to make the 3. Got Chom off his feet, out of the paint, and the whole thing opens up for driving opportunities for Nebraska.
Good point. They call it making him put the ball on the floor, and he did. And the take to the rim, and he's fouled, and the free throw up, and it's no good.
Wasn't even close.
It was a brick. Berkay scored 2 points, had 2 boards against Boise last night, had in 11 minutes of play. All day yesterday during the game, I'm calling it Sunday. I mean, we have lost track of anything that is normal in our lives over the last 7 days, but it has been some fun. And BK's second free throw up, and it is no good. Missed them both. Can't do that in a game like this.
Not at all.
6:30 to go in the basketball game. Darius Johnson's got it. Drives the ball past Hoiberg. Knocked free, out of bounds. Last touch by whom? They don't know.
You guys,
they don't know.
Do your job.
They don't know. They're looking at each other. All 3 of them are looking
they call
around.
A jump? What are you guys doing?
That stinks. That's just so bad at this level.
You're that bad?
Bad.
You can't look at it? You can't find what you're doing?
They're looking at each other like a bunch of clowns.
I mean, that was clearly off of Darius Johnson. We swiped at it, and the ball ricochets under the facility.
And on the held ball, it's their arrow, and they inbound it. And Ivy Curry drives it, fumbles it, may have traveled. The kick out, return pass, Ivy Curry, baseline air ball. And it's retrieved by Darius Johnson. Out it comes now on the perimeter. Extra pass, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound again, an offensive putback, and it's good. Shot is good.
This is so bad. These 3 guys have no idea what they're doing here. Think they're at the blackjack table right now rather than calling this game.
59-55, and here's a foul away from the ball. And finally, Nebraska's going to be the recipient of a call as Sejan is knocked down. Now technical foul called on Ivy Curry, who mouthed off to the official.
He wasn't having any of that.
That was the 5th team foul on UCF. so no free throws there, except that for the technical foul.
And that's the 2 fouls now on Jordan Ivy Curry. And that'll put Connor Esijan.
And it gives him 16 fouls.
So now we'll be in the bonus the rest of the way. Just over 6:01 to play here in Las Vegas. Connor at the foul line.
18 points on the afternoon. Free throw no good. Nebraska's missed their last 3. 2 in a row by Buchtenzel. And now 1 by Esijan, who is an 82% foul shooter. And he's now hit 47 of 58 on the year.
Slow down. He shot that one so fast. And it's always a little bit uncomfortable being at the foul line by yourself. But just slow down. Go through your routine.
55, 59, 55, 60 to 55. So he makes 1 of 2. Connor's got 19. Nebraska ball after the technical. And so on the bench is Williams with 4 fouls. And Hoiberg to throw it in. And Hoiberg looking. He finds Morgan, who comes to it. Gives it back to Hoiberg. Posing with it up top, now between the rings, out near the logo to Jacobson, dancing around with the ball, out to Morgan, gives it off to Gary, sets a screen for him. As Gary drives it, puts it up, it does not go down, puts it back up and in, right up after his own miss, tapped it up and in, and Nebraska's up by 7.
He goes right through the chest of Johnson for UCF.
And he's on the floor.
He's on the floor, and Juwan says, get your weight up, big fella. That's a man's play right there by Juwan Gary.
Husker basketball brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. If you or someone you know is struggling with a problem with gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call the 24-hour helpline, 402-476-2300 for more info. Offices in Lincoln and Columbus.
They're checking on UCF player after the physical play between he and Juwan Gary, but Nebraska now up 7, 62-55. It'll be UCF ball here. 5:41 to play. And Bryce Williams is on the bench with 4 fouls, so he's not in the game for Nebraska right now. I bet he'll be coming in at the under 4-minute mark.
Here's what has to happen. 1, Nebraska has to win this game. 2, Williams has to get another field goal to set the record.
I agree. He had 15 with about 10 minutes to go in the first half, and he still has 15. He needs 17 to break the single-season scoring record of James Palmer Jr.
Darius Johnson with the ball, puts his head down, drives against Hoiberg, jump stop in the paint, good move, and the finish, 62-57, 5-point game. Good drive by Darius Johnson, who's been held to 4 points now.
That's his first made field goal. He's 1 for 9. That was a tough contested shot by Darius Johnson.
62-57, 5-point lead. Husker ball with it is Morgan. Up top, left side, coming to it is Esijan behind the screen. Dances around, Hezzy move, pump fake. Out it comes to Jacobson. Puts it up and in. Holy smokes. Way to go, Kale. Kale Jacobson from Ashland, Nebraska. Into the starting lineup 3 games ago, hits a huge, humongous, gigundous 3. And the drive on the other end, and the kick out, and the step in, and the step back, and the 3 on the way, no good. Rebound to Morgan. It's out of bounds off UCF. Nope, off of Morgan. What a basket by Kale, his first points of the game.
Morgan just lost his balance and could not catch the errant shot that came long off the rim.
65-57 inbounds pass up top left. Ivy Curry comes left. They hedge that. 2 defenders on him. Now Morgan retreats to the paint. The drive inside. Ivy Curry. Nice move. They're answering. Ivy Curry with a bucket. He's got 22.
Such a tough shot. Juwan had him all bottled up, but that's off the offensive rebound.
Kale Jacobson across the line. Takes a blow. No whistle. Still on the dribble now to Morgan between the circles. Bends down with the ball. Somebody's trying to break out from down under, and it is Hoiberg at the timeline, out to Esijan driving, throwing up a runner, got it off the glass. Tough shot, great angle, good touch by Esijan, and back to an 8-point lead.
And that could have been a foul. Great finish, strong finish by Connor Esijan off the right glass.
21 for Connor, 3:58 to go in the game. Huskers want to be crowned with the crown, at the crown. The 3-ball no good. Ivy Curry, rebound, Kale.
Great block out. Connor Esijan, Kale Jacobson, those 2 guys fighting and scrapping.
Dead ball, I'll bet you $100 million in Vegas at the crap table that Williams is back in the game. Here is Morgan with it. I don't have $100 million, but I would bet that. And here is Hoiberg driving the ball down inside, kicks it out. Kale drives the ball to the rack, puts it up, got it! A 2-ball by Kale. He hit a 3, now he hit a 2, and Nebraska's up by 10.
The teardrop. Kale Jacobson over the outstretched arm of 7'2", Mustafa Cham.
Listen to this crowd. Timeout on the floor. We're in Vegas. It sounds like a home game in Lincoln. Holy smokes. We've got a timeout. We'll be back. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
This is Big Red Basketball.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Well, I know your faithful radio listeners. Who's Gus Johnson? He said rhetorically, as a snide comment before he got to his point, which is, you were listening yesterday, and you know that Jake foolishly bet $900 and lost it on at various points in the game, and now he's lost $100 million because I bet him right before the timeout that at the break that Williams would be back in. So you've lost $100 million and 900 from yesterday, 9,000,
okay,
10,000 from yesterday.
Thanks. I don't even know how to respond to that.
20,000 from yesterday. Oh boy!
I'm surprised Bryce isn't checking back in right now, though. But he's still. He might be in. He's not on our stat monitor. He's standing up.
What are they waiting for? Well, I don't know, man. 3:16 to go. He's got 4. Do you wait for offense, defense for him?
No, I think he.
You think he's in? I don't think he is.
Nebraska has 3 timeouts. I think he might stay out with it being UCF basketball. Why put him in
That's what I said,
on defense? I think they're going to wait one more possession.
So you win the $100 million.
So I win $100 million.
I'll bet you $100 million he's at the next dead ball. I'll bet you $200 million. I mean, we're in Vegas after all. Come on.
Yes, we are. But in the game right now, I believe, for Nebraska, Jacobson, Morgan, Gary, Hoiberg, Asijan.
Yep.
And back-to-back buckets for Kale Jacobson, a 3 from the left wing. And then UCF charges at him the next possession because he just made a 3. He puts it on the deck. 7'2", Mustafa Cham comes over to try to block his shot. He already has 3 block shots in this game, and a teardrop floater off the window from the left side by Kale Jacobson. And Kale, right now, he's got 6 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal.
So it's UCF's basketball, and Nebraska leading it by 10 points. So the Huskers up by 12 in the first half. Saw a 26-point swing against them. Went from 12 ahead to 14 behind. And from 14 behind, we've seen another 24-point swing as Nebraska's ahead by 10.
Hey, Alumni Hall is your ultimate Husker shopping experience with the largest and best selection of apparel, vault gear, and tailgate accessories. Shop their 2 Lincoln locations or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, where Huskers shop.
UCF's ball. Darius Johnson will throw it in. Looking out near the timeline to Dior Johnson, the Johnson brothers. They actually aren't brothers, but Johnson's on the floor for UCF, and Johnson drives it, and he misses it. And great defense again by Hoiberg. He bumped him. Contact in the paint, but no foul. And here comes Nebraska up by 10. Cale Jacobson across the 10-second line. As Coach Hoiberg calls out the play. Now you run a little shot clock.
You do, and Darius complaining to the refs still. He's frustrated with the physicality of Sam Hoiberg.
Morgan's got the ball for the big red. Pivots right. Dribbles once. Gives to Hoiberg. Hoiberg behind the Morgan screen. Pick and roll. Return pass Morgan. Puts it up and in. Should have been an and one, but Nebraska's up by a dozen with 2:30 to go.
There's the strong catch by Andrew Morgan, and an even better finish.
And here's a drive. Ivy Curry in the paint. Bags the 6-footer unscathed. 24 for him. 2:20 to go in the game. It's a 10-point Husker lead, 71-61. Here's Cale Jacobson. Jacobson across the timeline with a pass to Hoiberg, and now to Esijan. Time ticking away. Couple of factors involved here. Nebraska, of course, wants to win this game, and I want Williams back in the game to score at least one more basket. Now Cale Jacobson is stripped. Turnover Nebraska. Jacobson winds up on the floor. Here is Ivy Curry driving the ball in the paint, drives it and partially blocked, but finishes in an and one.
I mean, these refs are losing this game. Cale Jacobson and Darius Johnson get tangled up, and Cale is talking to DJ Carstensen. I think that needs to get reviewed.
Here comes Williams. Here comes Bryce in for Cale. And at the free throw line will be Darius Johnson. Now the lead is 8, 71-63 with 1:53 to go.
And they showed the replay of Juwan Gary's foul. Juwan didn't even touch him. He went over the top of Ivy Curry. I gave a compliment to the refs in this tournament too soon. The first 3 games we didn't talk about them one time, and now I'm going to go down there and give them a piece of my mind.
Ivy Curry hit it. 3-point play made. It's 71-64, 7-point Husker lead. Williams in the backcourt is double teamed, gives it off to Esijan across the line with a pass to Hoiberg. Hoiberg left side now. Williams to Esijan in the corner to Gary. Gary gives it up top to Esijan. He had a cutter. That was Williams. He was open. Now they go to Gary in the left corner. Now to Williams. Williams pivots, holds the ball, draws 2 defenders in the corner to Gary, who drives the ball, gives to Esijan. He short-armed that shot, got his offensive rebound. Esijan in trouble and calls timeout.
On foul. They called a foul.
Tried to call timeout, but a foul called before he did. And Nebraska will have Esijan at the line on a 1-and-1. Now, he made 1 of 2 his last time there.
Yeah, so that's the 7th team foul. Each team has 7 fouls in this second half. Nebraska leading by 7, 71-64, 125 left in this ball game.
You can't tell me that Coach Hoiberg isn't aware that, well, maybe he isn't. Williams needs 1 basket to set the record, but, you know, you've got 2 things to consider here, and the more important thing is winning this game in the missed front end of the free throw, and somehow Hoiberg gets the ball on the other end, and it's out of bounds off of UCF.
Great defense by Sam, but missed the front end of that 1-and-1. You got to make free throws. Nebraska's 4 out of 8 from the foul line.
Huskers ball, 1:16 left, 71-64. Hoiberg will throw it in. Full court pressure by UCF.
And Johnny Dawkins wants that reviewed. But guess what, Johnny? In this tournament, you have to have a timeout for it to be reviewed. You have 0 timeouts.
Well, you can call for the timeout with the new experimental rule. Here comes Williams across the timeline, and he is fouled, and he'll be at the free throw line. And ladies and gentlemen, Bryce Williams has a chance on the first free throw opportunity to equal the career single-season scoring record set by James Palmer. 708 is the number. And if he can hit 2 of them, he will have the record here with 1:10 to go in the last game of the season, in the championship game of the Crown. And Bryce Williams, I don't know if he's aware of this, dribbles it 3 times, takes his place, fires, and he's got it. Ties James Palmer for the single-season career single-game scoring record. And now with this free throw, he can own it himself. The great Bryce Williams, 3 dribbles, all Big Ten, All-American, free throw up, got the record. Bryce Williams, 709 points, single season scoring record, and Nebraska's up by 11 with 1:05 to go. On the other end, long 3, no good, and a man's rebound by Nebraska's Morgan, and he's fouled with 1:02 to go, and the party is about to begin. But we've got 62 ticks of the clock remaining before you pop the cork on the champagne here in Vegas.
How cool is that? Bryce now owns the single game scoring record, having 43 at Ohio State.
Single season. Yeah, single game, yeah.
Can you let me finish?
Oh, my gosh. So rude.
43
Such
in the
tone.
game.
Such tone.
Gosh.
Sounds like you and Britta at dinner.
I'm trying to build off what you just said. I said we had 43 in the single game, and then he just breaks the single season.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Oh, sorry, man. Oh, man, what a day. What a season. What a time of our lives.
What day is today?
I don't know, man. If I weren't 20 years sober, tonight would be a dangerous night in Las Vegas. Here's Morgan at the line. Free throw up, short. Minute to go on the nose. Huskers by 9, 73-64. In the lane, Ivy Curry finishes 7-point lead now, 54.8 to go. Ivy Curry with, 28, 27? Timeout on the floor, 54.8 to go. He's got 29, Ivy Curry.
Ivy Curry has 29.
But Bryce Williams with 17.
And we missed 2 front ends of one-on-ones. One by Asijan and one by Morgan. Now in the double bonus, that was their 19th foul. Nebraska up 7, 73-66.
Will you let me finish? Hey, seatbelt saves lives. Use your seatbelt. It prevents injury, saves lives. Nearly 15,000 lives saved per year. Buckle up. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
This has been an act of comedic errors here where...
You mean by us?
By you and I on me correcting you on what he needed to get, what Bryce needed to get for the single season scoring record. And then I'm sitting there talking about the single game, and then you correct me.
43 at Ohio State. Broke the record held by Pike, the great Eric Piakowski, and now the single season scoring record. What a career. 2 years. Wish you'd had him 4.
Yeah. Can we have him 2 more?
I don't know how many teams will ever have a player 4 years now under the current circumstances. Jacobson into Williams, and Williams will go to the other end and shoot fouls here.
Yeah, get the ball to Bryce.
1 and 1. No, two free throws there. Double
bonus. And if you don't know, when we were talking about Johnny Dawkins trying to challenge that out of bounds and have him review it, he does not have a timeout. So that's a new rule in this tournament. You have to have a timeout to have a review.
No, you can ask for a review, but if you aren't correct, then you get a technical foul.
Got it.
Called on you. But he didn't ask for one, I guess. I don't know. Williams at the foul line. In and out. He's got the record by 1. Relax, Bryso. Although only have had 7 here. Lots of time.
Now we're 4 or 6 of 12 from the foul line now.
On the game. Only 6 free throws taken by UCF. They've made 5, and Williams hits the second of 2 for 18 points on the afternoon. 74-66, 47 seconds. 46-45 down inside. Missed layup. Rebound on his bottom for UCF, but he throws it into the hands of Gary, and now to Williams, and Williams up the floor. Brings it across the timeline with a jump stop. Tried to call timeout, but a foul is called. And so Williams right back to the foul line with 35.3 to go, in Nebraska up by 8, 74-66. Well, this is just what I dreamed of once we found out we're coming to the Vegas for this tournament. And what a different feeling this season is going to end with compared to what it might have been had it ended on March 9th and after that Iowa game, as Williams hits the foul shot. 19 points for him. The single season and single game scoring record holder in Nebraska basketball history. He missed the second. Half minute to go. Huskers by 9. Long 3. Ivy Curry short. Rebound Williams. Holds the ball. Splits a double team. Up the floor. Jump stop. Calls timeout. But a foul called again with 24.2. And back to the foul line comes Bryce Williams.
What are you doing, Mahowski? Let this game run out. 24 seconds left. You're down 9. You have 0 chance.
I don't mind. It gives us a chance to.
I agree.
Kind of suck in the atmosphere in the moment, right? Normally, I'd be right with you, but these are moments to remember and to absorb and to enjoy. And the free throw good by Bryce. He's got 20. Man, we have been through something this year, haven't we?
Been an up and down, tons of fun.
Started way back in October with that red-white scrimmage. Second free throw good by Bryce. The highs and lows, and there's just intercepted pass on the inbounds play. Williams has got it. 20 seconds left to go. Timeout by Nebraska. I think
no timeout.
No, I thought he called timeout.
Yeah, he was just holding the ball.
Oh, they're going to let it run out. Listen to the crowd here in the background. Nebraska with the crown here. They grab the crown, and if the crown fits, wear it, my boys. There's the horn. There's the game. Husker Hoops, college basketball's royalty, wins the